Well, hello and welcome back to the garden. I'm in the kitchen garden today, so everything I'm doing today is to do with vegetables, not the ornamental side of it. And I'm just right next to the peas and bean frame because I can see that some of the germination has been quite sporadic, but I just want to show you overall around what has been happening here and what plans I have for today. As weather goes, we're having a gorgeous day today, so just as good as last week's weather, but it's much breezier, which is great because actually in month of May we usually get a lot of midges, and midges can't fly in the wind like that, so at least I'm spared these itching bites from them. But the neighbour is also having the arborist over today. You probably might hear it on the background, but it's been sort of on and off. It's not as continuous, so I'm not trying to let that disturb me as much. And I want to still carry on with work because otherwise I'll fall behind. Tomorrow's weather, probably not great. Next week, again, the temperature is dropping because at the moment it's like low 20s, so it's really pleasant, and with the breeze as well, it's a great type of weather to do actually gardening work. Love that. So I'll show you here now what I'm actually looking at with the peas and beans. Perhaps as an overview, it's a little bit hard to see from here, but once I go closer, you'll see it quite clearly. So I had the runner beans in here, and then I had the climbing French cobra beans there, and then all that side is peas. And I've been just using this bird netting on them just to protect the soil, nothing else really, from the cats, so the cats can't come in here and do their business while the seeds were germinating. Now these are the cobra. They are a shop bought seed, and then the climbing runner beans, they were my own saved seed, and they've been absolutely fantastic. Great germination out of all of them, and I do have to take off the netting, so that's going to be the one thing I'm going to do today. I'm going to take this netting off before the leaves and things get any bit bigger and going to get stuck then inside the net. As the pea side in here is a good bit different. How are you, bud? How are you? So what I first of all sowed for most of this run here really was the Kelvedon Wonder Pea, and these were shop bought seeds. They're just what was left from last year packet, and obviously last year they did absolutely wonderfully, so I used that same seed again this year. And out of all the peas that I sowed, there's been only one really sad germination. And then 2 weeks ago, so this is probably a month ago that these were sowed, and I could see then even 2 weeks ago that there wasn't great germination out of them, or nothing was really coming up, so I sowed my own saved peas. Now I have a lot of dried peas from previous years, but my worry was that maybe these were mixed, the Kelvedon Wonder, with sugar snap peas, and I want to make sure that this end row will get the sugar snap version. So I'd have two varieties of peas growing here. Because yeah, we like to eat fresh peas way more than we do dried peas. So, and I've been holding on to that quantity because I'm always thinking I want to do the salad like a tray, so just for peas for shoots. But I'm yet to do that, so maybe this autumn I'll do it, or even during the summer again. But so when I didn't see any germination on them, I just took a bunch of those and I sowed them, and they have been absolutely fantastic. So I've no idea if they're the sugar snaps or if they're Kelvedon Wonder, but whatever they are, they're fantastic. And what I'm going to do now today, I'm just going to do the same on this other side as well. I'm going to add the same peas which were here. I'm also going to just use up the Kelvedon Wonder ones, and what will be will be. because I'd rather have a type of a pea rather than no pea at all. So. And now really is the perfect time to sow any peas or beans directly as the weather is warming up. But yeah, they'll germinate quite quickly now. I want to also get all my sweet corn planted today because the corn that I was chitting needs to go into those deep root containers. So I only have one set of that container. And I have this slatted wall here. So I'm hoping that I'll get the sweet peas climbing up here. I would have had these box planters here and I would have had like sunflowers and nasturtiums, and now this year there's chamomile popping up in here. So it's been a sort of a variety of floral display in here. But I have also this type of a jute netting that I usually use for the peas to climb up on, but it's always been a little bit big or like a little bit too tall for the peas on their own. So I'm thinking maybe if I split that and divide it between the two areas, so a little bit for the peas and then a little bit for the sweet peas. Sweet peas I was growing this year were confetti and our heroes, and most what's left now in this tub is our heroes. The confetti, most of them I've already planted on the teepees. So yeah, let me get these up here as well. One box is fresh compost, the others are actually old compost from last year, and I don't want to get rid of it. I'm just going to mend it, as I'm just going to add blood fish and bone, I'd say, into it, a bit of seaweed granules. The germination of carrots in this large metal planter has not been very even, so I've wetted the ground again, and I'll just sprinkle a little bit more of a fresher seed on here of the Autumn King 2. I've opened a new packet. The other packet was actually even older, and even this one is to be used within this year. Masho is growing strongly. I'm just going to give it a little bit more support up at a higher level, because I can see a lot of slug activity down on the ground, and I just want to keep as many stems away from slugs as possible. And there are the tiniest of oca shoots pushing themselves through the ground as well. There's a good few places I can see them popping up. So there's another there. Another one just further up there, more here. And then I have the sweet peas on this teepee, and obviously the masho then. I do have all of my brassicas now planted up as well. The sweet, the Brussels sprouts, kale, anything like that for later in the year. That's the celeriac bed, lettuces as well. That is a full bed of sweet, more celeriac around the edges. Lettuces. I'm just after planting the Greek gigantes beans here as well. They've been in their pots for a week now, and they showed no signs of distress. So I had a few more sweet peas, so I planted them all together because I will have to net these areas otherwise for the cabbage white butterfly. And with the Greek gigantes, I would have as much of a opportunity to protect them here with the fleas as I would if they'd be just still sitting in the greenhouse. But at least they're getting way deeper root run in here, plenty of direct sunlight, and I just hope they'll be good. Directly sown radishes are pushing themselves up here as well in one of the planters. Now potatoes are doing really well as well at the moment. So these are the first earlies. Now that's the second planting of it. That's not the planting I had inside the greenhouse. Those buckets are next to the greenhouse. But this is the red Duke of York. You see flowers starting to form as well on them. So these will be very close to harvesting. And then there's Charlottes. That's the first set of plantings of Charlottes. So there's a good strong growth on them. Oh yeah, sorry. The a bit of upset on this Duke of York. I can see the discoloration on the leaves. I would say this is just something to do with the minerals inside the soil. But yeah, they were the first lot of Charlottes in the small buckets. Then I have the second set of Charlottes in small buckets, so there's small shoots pushing out of those. That's the second early Irish Golds and Celebration and those mixes, so there's a nice growth out of those. And out of the main crop, Cara seems to have the strongest of new growth coming out. Then one bucket is there, Desiree as well. I think it might have been this one, not sure. But then there's Aran Victory, the first tree, and there's shoots popping out. Celery is actually something that I have not planted out yet. Out of all the seedlings that I had in the small pots, I just don't know where to put them yet. And then also something else has gone in between it. I don't know what that could that be, the red cauliflower or purple cauliflower, I mean. There's a lot of really good nice celery. A lot of strong celery here. I'll have to just figure out where to plant those now. And then I still have the allium bulbs, the ornamental alliums, and some other seedlings, but everything else is planted out now. So let's have a look at these seeds that have been chitting. So with the corn, this was an F1 variety, Rising Sun was the make of it, and it looks good. There's a little bit of mould in the middle. They could have definitely been taken out earlier, but that just seeing how they're doing, that's why I'm actually really wanting to make sure now they're planted. I'm going to plant them up one seed per cell, maybe two if they don't come apart. Yeah, but the only reason I tried to chit them this time is that previously I would have sown like 2 seeds per cell, and sometimes one would have come up, sometimes none would have come up. So at least this way I should get all the cells full. I also chitted another 2 of, well, I tried to chit 3, but Telegraph cucumbers, because I actually lost 2 seedlings out of the 4 that I had, and that was due to damping off. So these are just really spares or extra plants. Courgettes, Firenze F1 and Lemona, and Lemona was this kind of a beautiful yellow coloured one. I'm surprised that actually the Lemona has chitted way stronger than the Firenze F1. Yeah, out of the Lemona, all 4 have perfectly chitted. Then I have a really mixed box here. I have Amish Pie Pumpkin. Then I have 3 Crown Prince here, and then I have Black Beauty Courgette. And I just put the Crown Prince in the middle. Now they're all done really well. It's just because I had 2 separate packets from 2 different suppliers, and again one was fresher than the other, so I wasn't sure which one is going to be more successful, so I just wanted to keep them separate. But the Amish Pie one has done exceptionally well. They really have all germinated, and there's no way I'd need all of them. And I'm absolutely delighted. The Black Beauty, well, I have 3 of them germinated. And I'm glad I did use both of those Crown Princes separate packets because they're obviously the second lot now with the Waltham butternut squash is not that great either. There's only 2 that are properly germinated. Sorry, Penty. Sorry. Come on. Go outside. And the Waltham butternut squash. Yeah, I don't think next year I'm going to grow this again. But as I had the seed, I might as well. And then the Kuri, that's the home size seed that my mum gave me. Exception of it, well, every one of them has germinated. So all the peas are directly sown now, all the sweet peas are also planted, and all the chitted seeds of pumpkins and squashes and corn are also planted up. So thanks a million for joining me today, and until next time.